in discussion with the Energy and Resources Institute on their report on sustainable beverage packaging options in India, and also about their recent meeting with the Maharashtra Pollution Control Board.
So welcome to True Hunt. We know there are various kind of packaging, especially when we see aluminium. First thing come in our mind, the cans. So what your research says, what is going wrong in the recycling procedures, and of course your recent interaction with the Pollution Control Board, Maharashtra as well.
This is an exercise that we started jointly with the Ball Corporation, one of the leaders in aluminium packaging substrates, and we wanted to understand that with the growth in the different kind of beverage in the country, in India, with change in agroclimatic conditions, the consumption profile and the total demand is going to change over the coming years. So while we are promoting various forms of sustainable consumption and production, we wanted to understand that how these different beverage packaging substrates perform and how this information can support current and future policies towards promoting sustainable consumption production in the country. Multi-layered packaging as well as glass bottles, and did a cradle-to-cradle analysis around various environmental parameters, most important being the global warming potential.
It comes towards the recycling, which is your core part of the research. So how your research make sure that these things are implemented?
There are a lot of agencies, research organizations and players in the private sector, in the not-for-profit sector as well. A lot of papers have been written very frequently, but to what extent it influences the policies remains a larger question. So that's the reason we have not confined ourselves to undertaking this work. As you understand that recycling, in fact, end-of-life management of various beverage packaging is extremely important. The more we are able to bring in the secondary materials back into the value chain, the best being the material when it comes to the same product, not getting used in some other sectors. We call it recycling. So here the objective is recycling. And out of the 4 packaging substrates, we have found that aluminium being a very noble and unique material, and if it is brought back into the same manufacturing process and in the same product, then it has benefits in terms of the overall environmental footprint.
As we have talked about that you are into manufacturing of beveraging cans, whether it is alcohol, whether it is non-alcoholic. So as a corporate social responsibility, what initiatives you are taking to recycle those cans?
I represent Ball Beverage Packaging, which is one of the leading manufacturers of aluminum beverage cans, which are the most recycled packaging substrate across the world. And we supply the beverage cans to most of the brands in India, global brands and also Indian brands. We have been working with number of waste management companies, and through them work with the waste pickers to improve their livelihoods. Second thing, also through some of the NGOs to educate the consumers, especially the college and school children, the importance of waste segregation and what is the most sustainable packaging substrates available in India, and what is the need for recycling and its impact on the environment. So we have been doing this, and we have launched some few pilot projects, one in Bangalore, where we worked with one of the waste management companies. Second pilot project we recently launched in Bhopal, where this agency has been working with around 2,000 waste pickers. And we are also in the process of working with similar agencies across different cities, where we need to work with them on the waste collection and also recycling, especially recycling. For example, in India, 90% of the aluminum cans are getting recycled. But our objective is that how do we bring back as can again, so that we would be able to achieve our global sustainability goal of increasing the recycled content of aluminum coil what we are using from the today's 76% to 85% by 2030, and also increasing the recycling rate of currently the 70% to 90% by 2030.
There are certain recycling box. If we provide these kind of things so that it's easy for our citizens as well to know that there is a recycling process. So don't you think those things are missing?
Yes, definitely they are missing. So obviously that is a necessary condition for us to, in order to promote recycling, we should have those bins in place. But does awareness and education only leads to this? Possibly yes, but it may not be a one-time and should not be a one-time. It has to be a kind of a repetitive process.
Sir, we are seeing global warming, and it is an alarming situation if we talk about Mumbai also. So in this scenario with G20 coming, which is talking about environment, what can be the best course of action to take every resource in this matter?
So India is hosting the G20 at a very appropriate time. We have 7-8 years down the line to meet the SDG goals and the targets. And the best thing of the G20 agenda, so far the environment aspects is concerned, is the circularity. And the Honorable Prime Minister had announced lifestyle for a sustainable environment, and it is definitely going to complement all the initiatives that are there within India and other countries towards enhancing or accelerating the transition towards circularity.
As you talked about local bodies, in Mumbai, when we see local bodies, straight away the name comes BMC, is seen to play a vital role. So have you been approaching them, or are you in process of approaching them?
Yes, definitely, because one of the objectives of the exercise was to ensure that how we are able to bring the product back to the value chain in the most environmentally and socially sustainable manner. Now, municipal corporations are the bodies in the country who are responsible for various providing and catering various waste management services to the society. In case of Maharashtra, we first decided to have the interaction with the State Pollution Control Board to understand their feedback. And the next step would be to connect with the BMC and the related agencies who are working with BMC in their initiatives towards waste management.
With the Pollution Control Board, Maharashtra I'm talking about, what hierarchy you have approached in your conversation you would like to tell?
We had a very good interaction with some of the technical heads of the Pollution Control Board. We are expecting a kind of a very detailed interaction with the Honorable Member Secretary, and there we would like to discuss most of the findings and identify ways of how we can jointly work together.
As you said that you have been taking lots and lots of initiatives, but this adds a value to words that when you are approaching a pollution control board to take various measures on a large scale so that the reach can be everywhere. In that aspect, what key role companies like you can take an initiative along with the government so that these kind of research can be implemented in a better way?
Yeah, thanks, Gaurav, for that. In fact, there is a need to work with all stakeholders involved in this: pollution control board, municipal corporation, waste management companies, and waste pickers, even the consumers, plus research institutes like TERI, where they have come out with a beautiful report and which has given the scientific driven data. Okay, so now with these data, we would be able to go and talk to all the different stakeholders when they choose this packaging thing, when they walk into a supermarket or any shop, what type of packaging, that beverage packaging they should take, looking at the overall impact on the environment.
Last liner, as we unite, it maximize our pace. So how the more companies like you who are into the making of beverages can with using aluminium can get into the loop?
Yeah, in fact, we are already working with some of the brands, like the Ocean brand, where we recently have launched for collection of can to can, where Virat Kohli, the brand ambassador for this company, he has openly talked to the public that this is the initiative we have taken. So whatever Ocean 180 is bringing the cans into the market, they are promoting that these cans should be collected and recycled. So like that, we are trying to work with other brands as well, so that the brand promoters also, they'll come together in this initiative.